Good morning, Edward Dukes on behalf of Bar Washington.
How you doing, Your Honor?
I'm doing great. What's your name?
Larzell in Washington.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, we had referred this over to the recovery court. I spoke with them and they indicated that they've in receipt of all the information to do an intake. However, they have not done that interview. That interview could be completed within the week. Like if we could have a 1-week adjournment.
Probable cause conference, May 22nd, 2025, 9 a.m. bound continue. Court calls case People versus Marquis Fab.
Oh, excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
Can I please have a word? With all due respect.
I think Mr. Washington would like to address bond.
Excuse me, miss.
go ahead.
How you doing, Your Honor? My
I'm
name is
great.
Larzell near Washington. First and foremost, forgive me about my outbreak last time I was here.
Can I have that file?
And thank
Go
you,
ahead.
sir. Thank you, sir. What happened was I wasn't aware, as my attorney indicated, what day was my probable cause hearing was. Okay, I went back to the magistrate. They said, no, well, we're gonna let Judge Simpson handle it. Then last time I came here, it was a 2-week hold because they didn't do their job. I feel I shouldn't have to
They
be.
didn't. Who didn't do the job?
What you say? You gave him a plea.
The recovery court?
Well, I didn't ask for no recovery court, but whatever assessment you gave him, it was 2 weeks. And the honorable judge said, okay, well, I'm not going to change his bond. Now, you still didn't indicate I was looking for a bond. And I wasn't even aware of a drug court. So with all due respect, I do appreciate you, but I did, unfortunately, miss my court date.
Right.
I was,
And then how'd you come into custody?
oh, I came into custody? What, trying to, being a good Samaritan. Some woman was being stalked and they figured out what my name was. And I totally forgot. I really didn't know what court date it was. And I was disciplined for the first, and in the discipline, well, not necessarily discipline, you allowed it to, override until they took care of their own situation, but it's not my fault.
So who is they?
Would you explain to him?
Well, I think I got to collect more of that story.
Okay, you gave him a piece of paper about assessment along with a plea.
Mhm.
Okay, I get here today, the assessment not taken care of. Right?
You just want them to speed up the process.
No,
I think we
not
gotta-
them. It's not his fault. He's a judge.
Mhm.
They
Thank you.
supposed to be.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's right. Nothing is my fault.
No, yes, it's not.
That's right. I know.
Amen. So I'm saying, I'm just trying to, sir, live my life. I normally work the carnival shows. I have really been disciplined for not being aware of to show up. I'm not dumb enough not to show up again.
Excuse me one moment. Whose phone is that? It's somebody down there's phone. Is her? Tana's phone? Really? Go ahead, sir.
And I'm not ignorant enough not to show up in front of Judge Simpson courtroom again.
I think he is saying that he would show up to court next time. He's asking for a PR bond.
Yes, I am, sir.
If the court would not provide a PR bond at this time, if the court would allow an interview to take place, if that interview takes place, then the court provide a PR bond.
I never said that. I asked, could you please provide a PR bond? And I will.
I addressed this the last time you were here.
What was it about?
I think they're gonna keep you in.
All right, man. You're fired. God bless you. And thank you, Your Honor.
Why is he fired?
Because he's not speaking up for me. I really don't even know what's going on.
Oh, it would, okay, so did you understand before you make that final decision about firing him? It
Well,
wouldn't have mattered whether you spoke or he spoke. I was denying your motion. I've already
Okay.
heard it.
well, I don't know. Why are you denying the motion? And what's so funny?
Because,
Wow.
because you appeared here, didn't show up, didn't turn yourself in, got picked up, got brought here.
Yes.
That's how we got you back.
And the
So I'm
magistrate,
not releasing you
right, the
now.
magistrate
Okay, so
did not release me, and then
that's right.
you didn't release me
That's
because
right.
you wait for assessment. Am I
And I
correct?
haven't had the assessment yet. Have
Exactly. So is it my fault you haven't had assessment? Is your fault?
it's my fault? I thought nothing was my fault.
So whose fault is it?
I don't know.
But it's not mine. You do agree.
No, I don't agree.
The assessment, do I?
I don't know whose fault it is. It hasn't happened. I'm done.
Pretty much. God bless you.
Thank you,
And
Your
you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, keep talking. Why are you up here at my, why are you at my podium? Why are you at my podium? Next time, Tana, turn your phone up louder when that's going on.
And then it was.
Did I call your case?
Yes, you did. You called, Mr. Babb, Marquise Babb.
Oh, that was so long ago. You're right. You are right, Miss Cannon. And I usually criticize you for not getting up here on time. And I have to give you credit that you're like early.
Got it, Judge.
Court calls the case, people of the state of Michigan versus Babb.
That is done on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Stephanie Cannon, on behalf of Mr. Babb, who should be appearing by Zoom. Oh, thank God. He's there.
Mr. Babb?
Please be there. So what had happened?
Marquise Babb, you need to unmute and turn on your camera. Every week, Cannon. Every week.
I was doing my part today. Your Honor, we're
This
just
is
setting
gonna
it
be
for a
just one of
preliminary
those
exam.
days. What?
We're simply setting it for the preliminary exam.
I gotta have him, I don't know who, I gotta have him here. Oh, you're just gonna call him?
Yep. Yep.
Never mind. I'm gonna say something. This is practicing law by janaza. That's what you're doing right now. This is,
Great, he got it.
yes, acting really, this is so you. You're like, what? Oh, uh-oh. Mr. Babb?
Yes, sir, Judge.
All right, you got your camera on?
You need the camera as well?
Yes, Mr. Babb.
That is his camera on.
Yes, it's already.
Is that Mr. Babb?
That's Mr. Babb, Your Honor, yes. The good news is he'll be here in person the next time, Your Honor.
I won't be here to witness it. It's going to somebody else. All right. Your all discovery is complete, Ms. King.
Yes, Your Honor. Discovery is
People
complete.
have their witnesses available the 27th.
We'll do our best, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination in person, May 27th, 2025, 9 a.m. That's before Judge Fresh Hour.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bond will continue. That's 25, 9 a.m. Esteban.
Your Honor, it's my understanding a $10,000 bond has been set in this case. My client has a lot of family in and around Romulus. He would reside with his mother in Romulus if he were bonded out. Has been gainfully employed doing demolition work out in Detroit, has 3 kids, custody of, I think, 2 that are in Michigan. And to my knowledge, I haven't had a chance to verify this, but it does not have any prior convictions involving firearms or assaultive activity. And I believe that while he has another pending case, that case has a PR bond. So I would ask the court to consider a low cash bond.
What's
in
his
this
other
case.
pending case? No,
I'm not sure.
They got up to driving without ops on the person.
Maybe a misdemeanor case.
so he's got another weapon charge.
Apparently so. I don't know anything about it, but it has a PR bond. So
But that case preceded this one. And then he picks up this one.
I don't know.
Actually, the other case that he has here is the other issue is that the defendant does have an extradition warrant from Mississippi. And we haven't, and I did verify, I spoke with Ms. Burton Harris yesterday about this in our office. We're awaiting the actual governor's warrant of Mississippi, but we have verified that there is a warrant for him out of Mississippi,
But we don't have the governor's warrant yet.
correct. And so there is a CCW, Mr. Sullivan has a pending CCW charge now, 8/27/2022. And then the facts of this case that was in the fall, so that the older CCW, which is still pending, predated this offense. Mr. Sullivan does have a prior CCW conviction under HIDA, 2012. And obviously this case involving possession of firearm and shooting it in the vicinity of a Washington County Sheriff's deputy who was training canine in the back of the parking lot. It's not charged with, he wasn't charged with shooting at that deputy, but the reason this came to law enforcement's attention was the deputy was training his dog, heard gunshots and saw a car drive off. And our allegation is that it was Mr. Sullivan who was shooting, basically testing out his new gun that he shouldn't possess in the vicinity of the deputy. I'd ask the file, frankly, the $10,000
But it's low. Anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Didn't think so. Bond denied, most for bond reduction is denied. Bond will continue. Thank you.
I'm done. Thank you, Your Honor.
Court does already wake you.
Sorry, I'm busy probably handling her cases, so. Your Honor, Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Ms. Bohr. Ms. Bohr, can you please state your name for the record?
Cassandra Inboard.
Court has before it a plea form. Is that what we're doing?
Yes, Your Honor, I have an advisory right before me.
All right. The plea form indicates that the defendant would be pleading to an added count 3 of operating while intoxicated second offense, the 1-year offense. Upon a successful plea to that charge, counts 1 and 2 would be dismissed. That's the court's full understanding of the agreement.
That's our understanding as well, Your Honor.
That the people's understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
May I have the defendant sworn?
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to affirm the testimony you're about to give be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
State your name.
Cassandra Bohr.
All right, ma'am, it is this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading guilty to the charge of operating while intoxicated second offense. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year incarceration, a $500 to $1,000 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that the court could also order community service, any rehabilitative services the court deems necessary, could order your vehicle immobilized, could order you to pay the cost of the prosecution as well as the cost of any emergency governmental services. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You also understand, ma'am, that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge and you would be sentenced before Judge Washington in the 14B District Court. You
Yes, Your
understand?
Honor.
All right. Now, understanding all of that, you still wish to plead guilty.
Yes, Your Honor.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, Your Honor.
You signed an advice of rights form, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any question regarding those rights?
No, Your Honor.
Please look at paragraph 5. Those are your rights which are a part of a trial. You understand by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up those rights as well as all the rights on that form.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody promise you anything other than what's been stated here today to get you to plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No, Your Honor.
You're doing this voluntarily
Yes, Your Honor.
of your own free will
Yes, Your Honor.
and because you believe that you are indeed guilty of this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
May 27, 2022, at the location of US 12 and E Horse Road in Ypsilanti Township, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan, were you operating a motor vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
Prior to operating that motor vehicle, did you consume intoxicating liquor?
Yes, Your Honor.
What'd you have and how much?
I had drank beer during the day, ate, and then I went to a bar and I had liquor, a couple drinks at the bar. I hadn't drove it all that day other than returning home that night when I got pulled over.
And Your Honor, for
Were you stopped by the police or was there an accident?
I actually hit a ditch with my boyfriend's car and yeah,
So
the
there
police
was
were
an
called to the
accident.
scene. I couldn't get out.
You
of
didn't
the
do
ditch.
that on purpose, did you?
No, Your Honor.
So there was an accident? Not with
Yes, Your Honor.
beer? All right. Did the police arrive?
Yes.
All right. Were you ultimately arrested?
No, Your Honor. I was taken to the hospital for a blood withdrawal. And then I checked myself.
But
into
you
the
were
hospital.
taken there in a police car
Well, yes, Your Honor.
right?
Yes,
So you were arrested.
yes,
You weren't free to leave at that point, correct?
correct.
All right. There was a blood draw.
Yes.
All right. What were the results of that blood draw?
Your Honor, we would stipulate to 0.277.
277? Ma'am, do you have any reason to dispute those blood test results?
No, Your Honor.
Had you previously been convicted of operating while impaired on or about April 18th, 2013 in the 18th District Court and or operating while impaired on or about June 30th, 2014 in the 34th District Court out of Romulus?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have I complied with the court rule? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to count 3, counts 1 and 2 are dismissed. Pre-sentence investigation and report and screening and assessment is ordered at 14B District Court. Sentencing in this matter will be
July 3rd at 10 a.m. with Judge Washington.
July 3rd, 2025, 10 a.m. before Judge Washington. Bond with its conditions will continue. Thank you.
You're all set, okay?
Morning, Your Honor. Hannah Mack, requesting permission to practice under Michigan Court Rule 8.120 under Public Defender Brian Bowling.
Permission to practice is granted. Good morning.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Harvey, can you state your name?
No, I can't. I know, you got, my last name is Michelle. Where are you? Where are you?
I met with you in jail yesterday.
Look, if it's gonna skip, okay, yeah, okay.
All right. You're Miss Harvey?
Yep.
Okay. You're seeking an adjournment?
I am, Your Honor.
Please.